Men, what's your opinion on women who make the first move? My story. I have my intentions with this guy that I've seen recently at uni. First I added him on IG and now I'm planning on DMing him, but I can't keep making bad scenarios in my head. I don't know what impression I'm gonna make considering the fact that me, as a female, I am the one approaching the male. So men, what would you think if a woman came up to you expressing their interest? Would you consider her easy, or she would still be in the game for a potential relationship?
It's favorable emo. A girl making the first move is not something that happens very often, so when it does happen and she comes to you, it's really validating. As far as the easy goes, if you come at me and I immediately start talking bedtime words, that's when I would see a woman as being easy. I don't see any issues if you just ask him out for coffee or something.
Better than playing the guessing game.
I'm shy, I prefer it. I wish women would do it more often. Yes, guy do not care. And if they do, fuck 'em.
It happened to me. A girl made a first move. I wasn't attracted to her, but her making the first move was very surprising because I was not expecting that. She was not bad in terms of looks, so I got attracted to her later on. If she didn't make the first move, i.e. old have never talked to her because 1. I didn't notice her. 2. I didn't think that she would kiss me. Woman here. I have been the one to make the first move on every date and relationship I've ever had, because men never approach me. Sometimes they say no, sometimes they say yes. Same as when men approach women. You won't know the answer unless you ask, so if you want a chance of it happening, you should ask.
Yes, please. I am no longer capable of playing the ever-evolving and constantly changing dating ritual thing where you're interested but you're not interested. You're interested but you don't want to appear too interested, so you pretend you're not interested so that they're interested. Blah 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 blah. Just a simple, hey, are you seeing anyone right now? Followed by a, hey, you wanna grab a lunch together? That'd be nice.
Unless the man is stuck in the 1800s, it's perfectly acceptable for either a man or a woman to make the first move. It doesn't matter which. A woman who makes a first move will only be considered easy by an incel. Otherwise, it's just a woman trying for what she wants, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Men are stupid. I married a woman who made the first move.
That's how I met my last 2 girlfriends. I married the second one.
Dude, it's game on always. If you were hungry, and someone offered you a free sandwich, would you think twice?
Sounds like an urban legend lol, but always appreciated, although I wouldn't know if someone was making a move on me unless it was explicitly said.
Love it. Beware the man who thinks otherwise.
Woman here who's done it a few times. Men always seem to like it. One guy was even totally speechless. I just went up to him and told him I thought he was attractive. He didn't say anything, so I walked away, but he later found me that night and said he just didn't know what to say because that's never happened to him before.
I love it. I put my attention and energy into women who put their attention and energy into me. All people everywhere who have ever found success with anything went after what they wanted. Ladies, if you see a single man that you want, go get him. I think relationships should be respected. So I don't chase people in relationships. It's your life. Go make it how you want it to be. If you see a dude, and you want him in your life, go after it. In today's social environment, it is risky for a guy to approach. We don't want to be seen as harassing creep or get me too'd. The reason more women don't approach is because women are fucking terrible at handling rejection. Guys get rejected all day every day. It's just life for us. So if you can handle rejection, go for it. Also be clear in your communication. High-value men get vaginas thrown at them all the time. That doesn't mean they aren't looking for a relationship. When a woman approaches me, I do tend to think she is down to fuck. So if you want more than that, be clear. Hey, you seem like someone I would like to get to know. Can I take you out sometime? And be prepared to pay. I get asked out often. If she's a high earner, I will let her pay. I won't let someone making minimum wage pay for me. But I've been asked out and dated millionaires before. I find that high-achieving women tend to be more comfortable asking guys out. They know what they want. And they go get it. I'm generally impressed when women make the moves. I would go for it. You miss 100 of the shots you don't take.
Why not? I understand that some males might be intimidated and also some females might want to be approached. But what the heck? If you want something, sitting back and waiting for it to happen, male or female, probably won't get the job done.
Men who make the first move nice. Women who make the first move nice. It doesn't matter.
I would personally prefer it, but I'm also quiet and have social anxieties, so that certainly influences what I want. There are guys out there that don't prefer it. I don't know their reasoning, but they do exist. All I can say is you can never know how it'll turn out if you don't take your shot.
I love those women. They are the best kind of women a man can wish for.
My wife did. I mistakenly put an eviction notice on her door. The next month she knocked on my door. We got wasted. I told her I loved her. 2 years later we're expecting. I'm so happy she knocked on my door.
It's how I met my partner of the last decade. I worked at Starbucks and was friendly flirty with most everyone but was completely oblivious to her flirting back. So she finally made the first move. I gave her my number and we had our first date later that week. In about a month we'll hit 11 years together and I'm thankful she took the bull by the horns, so to speak. Go for it. I hope you wouldn't think that any man that expresses interest in you only does so BC he wants sex immediately. I don't think that most men would expect that from someone making a move either. It's a brave move. Good luck if you do it. Since you're worried, maybe express what you're interested in doing. Coffee? Drinks? A meal? Going to some event together? You don't have to say, I have romantic feelings, we should go on a date, to spend more time with the person.
Fucking queens. If you know what you want and are straightforward, incredible. Love it.
The sweetest girl I ever met handed me her number 17 years ago. I married her 6 months later. We have 2 sons and life has never been better. Go for it. Don't mind it at all. My ex did this and I loved it.
In my case, I said yes when she asked me to marry her. We celebrated our 30th anniversary a month ago. Love it. My current GF texted me while we were hanging out at a bar with mutual friends. I wanna take you home. Texted back, about time. We were flirty for a bit before but no one was moving on it. Lol, great night.
How making a move can make women easy. Women was doing the first move before internet, but today someone tell women that some glimpse of an eye is enough for men to get a hint. Personally, I would be flattered or cautious, but you must remember that you can be not attractive to him or he could be taken. Well, even traditionally, women showed interest. Remember the handkerchief drop? Just tell him you like him, and if it is reciprocated that you would like him to take you on a date. Bam! No missed opportunity to regret.
I personally wish women would make the first move as much as men, or at least tried it. Really, I hate these games or what women call signals. The guy you like probably likes you as well, but maybe he is shy, or maybe like me he doesn't know if you're single and interested and just wants to make sure respect is shown if you do have someone. It could be a lot of reasons why he has not gone for it. The point is that men need as much help as possible.
A girl added me on FB and then a few days later sent me a picture of her ass. We dated for a couple years and broke up. She was hot but a handful.
I usually think it's sweet, especially because we can be oblivious sometimes. Do it. I would appreciate it any time I didn't have to initiate a conversation that might lead to something. And don't take it too hard if you get shot down. That happens to guys every day and we survive.
I'm all for it. I think I would faint if a woman made the first move on me.
I love the idea. As a guy, the first suck at knowing if a woman is into me and often pass on making a move.
Realistically, if you slide in his DMs, he's def going to be interested. Lol. It's just uncommon guys constantly slide into DMS, so him getting a notification will make him happy. That said, you dictate how the relationship will be depending on that message. If you ask him for drinks, he knows he's getting something. If you ask for coffee, it's harmless and you can move it at your pace. That said, you have a vagina, which means you have all the control.
A woman that feels the same fear of rejection as men but doesn't decide it's a man's duty to make the first move. A woman who is prepared to deal with potential rejections and continues on her path to find the right partner for her. A woman who takes the initiative to learn more about a man and has the courage of her convictions to pursue her heart. That woman is a breath of fresh air who immediately stands out among other women. I like it, makes me feel flattered and special. Lol.
The only time I made the first move was with my first love. That relationship hurt so bad, so never again. Well, I made the first move on my husband and we've been married for 14 years. He's a really sweet guy, but he's generally shy and timid around women. When we were dating, he took too long to make a move. We were studying in his dorm one night and I just jumped on top of his bed staring down at him. Lol. He was a little scared, but it worked out.
Yes, and do it in person. Tell him what you want. One time in 64 years, a woman came up to me expressing interest directly. I still think about it a lot. That was really great.
Fine with me. I think some ladies aren't used to rejection in that area and take it personally if the guy isn't interested. Brace yourself. It means nothing about you. I've been married to my first move girl for 38 years now. Sweet. Now I know for sure. I enjoy getting a chance to play defense. As a guy, I wouldn't have a problem with it and would be flattered. I've also had women that I have worked with and kept it very professional that ask me many years later why I didn't ask them out. Two major reasons are knowing that a failed workplace romance can cause trouble in the workplace, and secondly, I never knew they were interested in taking it further, and as the old saying goes, I'm not a mind reader. Now, it sounds like you don't have a problem with making the first move, so the other side to consider is if the guy does have a problem with a woman asking him out, ask yourself whether this would work out in the long run. It all depends on the lines you produce to gain my interest in you.
As someone whose only success with women has been when she is the one pursuing me, I'm personally a big fan.
I wish women would do this. Never seems to happen to me at all, sadly.